So, hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Manga Man Drew, and I'm here to do a reaction to Dr. Stone, Manga Chapter 210. And boy, oh boy, if you remember what happened last chapter, we're going to continue on most likely in this chapter with the final reveal that the people who are going to be on the moon, going on that moon mission, are going to be stuck up there for potentially indefinitely. So most likely we're going to get their reactions to knowing this knowledge in this chapter. And before we get more into it, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't done so, to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like to see these type of reactions. I like doing them, but unfortunately if I don't see a whole lot of growth on them, I may have to stop them. So if you really like this type of content, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And without the way, let's get right into the reaction. So we have the title of this chapter where we have Dr. Stone, Z equals 210. Not one way. Oh, that's very interesting, as we have both Suika and Chrome who are on the ground, as we have a city being built up in the background in Japan. So I wonder what that is symbolizing. So yes, we're immediately cutting to what we saw last chapter with the crew making the suicide run against Y-Man will petrify themselves on the moon. Yes, the rocket we're about to craft is a one-way trip. Okay, as you have Suika's like, that means whoever goes to the moon will never see us again. As we have Chrome who's like thinking about it, and it's like, as you have Sync who's like, it'll take a ton of processing first. Let me draw a rough roadmap of how we'll get our hands on the rocket primary material. Oh, we're gonna have another roadmap. Oh, are we gonna see it? Yes, we get another roadmap. We got the red rocks with sodium hydroxide that makes the aluminum. Then the aluminum turns into like what we know as aluminum foil with a crazy bad acetate amount of electricity. Then we have copper and magnesium that makes it into duralium, as well as adding fluorite to it to make aluminum. And then from there, that we have duralium, we'll make a rocket. As we have Kasiki's like, ho ho, look tough and complex enough to get me fired up. Yep, since making it eats up so much power, aluminum is basically canned electricity. Ooh. Oh, like the powerful bill after making an aluminum for the Apollo rocket came to 3 billion. Oh, that's a lot of, wait, okay, so how are we gonna get that much electricity? As you have Reese who's like, the only way to produce such vast quantities of power here in the stone world is, that's right, a hydroelectric plant. Oh, that's gonna be crazy. As we have Sync who's like, on that note, we're hauling these red rocks to a country that's ideal for hydraulic electrical power. Okay, so they're not gonna do it here, they're gonna take it somewhere else. As we have Suika's like, power from water? What place is ideal for that? Where are we headed? As Senku's gonna tell us where. A place you're familiar with. A land with rivers so sparse and varying elevations. And why don't you know, we've already got a home base and resources there. How lucky and totally convenient for us. Oh, I know where we're going. We're going to Japan. Oh, wait, I just realized, have we already made the round trip to okay, let's see. America, South America, Spain. Yeah, we've already been to all 5. Wow, that was fast. Oh, so they're heading, oh gosh, this is gonna be great. All right, you have Ruiz who's like, ha ha ha. So we're combining the resources from all our cities around the world. As we have Kohaku's like, and when it just so happens that it's all gonna converge back to my very own homeland. Oh shoot, yep, our rocket to the moon is getting built in Japan. Oh gosh, oh man. Okay, this was so unexpected. Oh, well, I mean, it was completely expected, but oh gosh, I can't believe we're already here. We're back in Japan. Oh, I get it, Senku. You're going to such lengths to hide a greater secret. Oh yeah. My captain's intuition tells me that the Medusa can even revive the dead. Oh, shoot. Oh, now we have another person chiming in. We have the capitalist that knows about the Medusa reviving people. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Luckily enough, he's a better capitalist. Ironic. As we have him saying, it's a source of everlasting life. Am I wrong? And you have Senku's like, 10 billion points for you. Still, the moment Professor Y-Man on the moon decides to blast all of humanity again, that elixir of eternal life won't mean squat. We can't waste even a minute before launching this mission. As you have Chrome's like, a one-way rocket? Who'll be one of the crew of 3? The pilot's obviously Ryusui. As for the warrior, probably Tsukasa or Hyoga. And for the scientist, since the scientist is going to be the statue on the moon, the result of the kingdom's probably never going to see him again. As you have Chrome, oh no, I think I know where this is going. The ones designing the rockets are Senku and Zeno. Zeno's a diehard when it comes to efficiency, so he'd side with Senku about the one-way trip. I mean, sure, that's our best option. Better trust the experts on this, right? An amateur like me has got no right to object. An amateur like me. I wonder if is he going to do what I think he's gonna do? Like hell, I'll go along with that. Yes. Oh gosh. Oh, Chrome. This makes so much sense for Chrome's character. Chrome is obviously the character's like, no, I'm not gonna deal with this. They may think it's the right idea, but I'm going against it. As you have, so you could chime against like Twitch, and it's like, one way? They say, nah, we're all gotta be there for the final victory toast. That's the true way we win. That's our happy ending. As you have Chrome's like, nothing to it but to craft it. Gotta work bad and fast to create a return vessel. Suika! As he's looking at Suika and grabbing her face with shock. And it's like, I may be talking big, but I'm all bark and not much bite. On my own, I barely even know how to spell rocket, which puts me in a tight spot. But you, Suika, you've made the revival fluid all on your own. We're the two freshest science users from Ishigami Village, so we're gonna build the return rocket. Oh! And he's like, I'm in! But are we keeping it a secret from Senku and them? Sure are! As you have Suika's like, we'll have to learn the ins and outs of rockets, starting from step 1. Who's gonna be our teacher? Oh gosh, Suika's like, I have no idea. It's like, yeah, well, about that, it'll take patience and hard work. I think a rocket involves lots of trickery, math that we'll need to know. That's step 1. But who can school us in the art of calculations and stuff? Math? Calculation? Wait, oh, I see where they're going with this. Yeah, they're begging Sai. Sai just comes up like, as they're on the ground begging him to teach them math. And it's like, I mean, sure, while I was working on my coding, I taught math at the university to pay the... You just... You can't say that you're not a genius when you're like barely like 20-ish and you said, oh, I was a professor at the college to pay the bills. You can't say that with a straight face and say that you're not a genius. But yeah, he's like, but starting from square one won't be easy. Are you too serious about this? As you have Chrome's like, sure are! And you, oh gosh, because like, bad serious. Oh gosh, I can't even tell who said who because they're just so, oh gosh, I just love Suika's face. As you have Sai just looking on with a smile. And it's like, there, that should be enough. To get up to the moon on the double and confront Y-Man, we got our own crafting project now. Everyone is going to be there to celebrate our victory against Y-Man, thanks to our round trip rocket. Oh, that's going to be so interesting. Okay. All right. So I guess, oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay. So now I guess it's time to go into review time. And oh gosh, this was a really good chapter of Dr. Stone. I really enjoyed this chapter of Dr. Stone. And pretty much all that happened was them confirming that people are going to be stuck on the moon. And for the most part, you just have Chrome and Suika just saying no to that. That's pretty much what this chapter is about. Suika as well as Chrome burdening themselves with the problem of them being stuck on the moon and them wanting to create a return vessel, which is very interesting because it is not showing that they want to create a rocket that takes them to the moon and back. That's not the case, but what they want to do is make a rocket that shoots them to the moon, but then have a device on the moon that shoots them back to Earth. So that's an interesting idea that I really didn't think of, but it makes sense that Chrome is the one to think of this plan, because when it comes to Chrome, in actuality, a lot of the problems that have come up and were solved did not directly come from Senku, but actually came from Chrome and his just innovative ideas. Like the way that Senku was able to defeat that man on Treasure Island, it wasn't because he was just so smart that, oh, he came up with this entire plan to do it. It was because of how determined and how Chrome has this sort of intuition for these plans and these ideals when it comes to science, that he created a way that in the end led to Senku's win. And I think this is just another moment we're seeing from Chrome about how most likely he, as well as Suika, and I'm glad that Suika is getting involved with this as well, they are going to be successful in creating this return vessel to the moon. And it's going to be a surprise to both Senku and most likely Zeno, because they're more self-sacrificial, at least when it comes to Senku, while Chrome is more idealistic and doesn't want anyone to be sacrificed. So it just comes down to their general like ideals and who they are as people, to the point where Senku may not have thought about this idea at first, or if he did, he may have thought it was impossible, but Chrome would prove him wrong. So I really want to see more of this development, and it means that we're not just going to be following Senku and the crew creating the rocket, but we're also going to be Suika and Chrome in the background of finding ways to create a return vehicle. And I think eventually they're going to get help from Senku as well as Zeno, but they're going to be so like enamored and so impressed by their idea that they're going to be like, yeah, you know what, this could actually work. So I can't wait to see that development go a little bit more further into the future. Also, a few things that we didn't really get to see, that we saw, and I just really love that this came back. We got to see a roadmap. So yeah, we got to see the roadmap about how they're specifically making the rocket, and we get an explanation for how this is going to happen. We get the ingredients, specifically the red rock, as well as getting a bad amount of electricity. And I liked how that little piece of information was dropped, because it eventually tied to the bigger idea of what has all happened, is that they've established the 5 cities and now they're going back to Japan like they said. And I just love that, because as the story was progressing, you really lose count and lose perspective of how many cities they've established. They've established a city in America, in South America, in Spain, Europe, in Asia, India, and then Australia. They've pretty much went to all of the major continents except Africa, but they're probably going to go there eventually. They may need something from Africa. Heck, Africa may be the launching off point for the rocket. Well, they say that it's going to be Japan, but they say that Japan is going to be built. They say the rocket's going to be built in Japan, but not necessarily launched in Japan. So maybe Africa is going to be the place where they shoot the rocket from. We just don't know. All we know is that now they've established all of the cities. Now we're going to go to Japan, where they're most likely going to revive everyone in Ishigami Village. We're going to see those characters once again. Also, something small that we also got was the reveal that now Ryusui knows about the Medusa device. And of the many people that should know about the Medusa device, the capitalist probably should know, but he's relatively okay. He's actually somewhat of a good person, so I guess it's okay. But yeah, there was a lot going on in this chapter, but like I said, the later half of this chapter just focused on Chrome and Suika having the resolve to build a return vessel while everyone else builds the vessel, the rocket, to the moon. So overall, Really thought this was an amazing chapter. It is establishing something new, and it is sort of solving a problem that we had last chapter with them going to the moon and being stuck there, and how the ones that are going to do it are not just going to be just random people of Ishigami Village, but it's going to be the two characters who we've seen over the story be most interested in science and are actual science users and are relatively effective at it. They bring up the fact that Suika made the revival fluid, something that, yeah, it took Senku a little bit shorter amount of time to do it, but still, the fact that she did it at her young age is still amazing. They are prodigies in their own right, and I'm pretty sure they are going to build a return vessel, if not on their own, with the help of Senku, Zeno, and the rest. So, really enjoyed this chapter. Hopefully you enjoyed this chapter as well. Hopefully you enjoyed my reaction, and if you did, leave a like on this video. It will really help, and let me know if you really want to see a lot more reactions like this, as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave a comment down below on what you thought of this chapter in this video, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified whenever I upload more content like this. Do all that cool jazz, and hopefully I'll be able to catch you in my next review/reaction. Until then, goodbye! Hiya!